Freddie Mercury was famous for his singing voice, stride, and stage presence. Despite his public persona, he kept many big things to himself. From his nights out with Princess Diana to why he sang so brilliantly, here are the most surprising things we learnt about Freddie Mercury following his death. Freddie Mercury was cremated, but there was no public ceremony to spread his ashes or announce where he wanted them scattered. He told one person what he wanted done to him, and she's unlikely to expose it. Only former fiancé and close friend Mary Austin knows where Mercury's ashes went, according to Rolling Stone. The magazine reported, "He suddenly announced one day after Sunday lunch, 'I know where I want you to place me. But no one should know because I don't want anyone to dig me up. I wish to relax peacefully.'" Austin held Mercury's ashes for 2 years after her public appearances stopped drawing news. She buried his remains in secret after telling everyone she was getting a facial. Due to fan speculation, Mercury's remains are still unknown. Austin may have taken him to Zanzibar, but "I'm going for a facial" would be a weird way to try to cover that up. Others think he's under his garden tree. The only person who knows where Mercury's remains went will likely keep the secret to her grave, so guessing won't help. People who feared HIV exposure in the 1980s often didn't want to be tested. At the time, HIV was fatal. Now people are encouraged to get tested and prevent the spread of the disease. In Mercury's day, the virus nature was unclear. Its presence wasn't reliably tested, and affected people had a poor outlook. We can understand why someone wouldn't want to admit they'd contracted it. Mercury didn't know he was HIV positive until he developed advanced AIDS symptoms, according to writer Tim Tiemann. After his shoulder developed Kaposi's sarcoma in 1987, he was diagnosed with the condition. Mercury's longtime boyfriend Jim Hutton stated there had been no sign of illness until then. Mercury kept his sickness a secret from his family after his diagnosis. He concealed his condition until confirming reports in a press release the day before his death. Freddie Mercury's tremendous voice allowed him to perform "Somebody to Love" and "Under Pressure." In 2016, a team of experts investigated his 4-octave vocal range, which was so impressive. Mercury believed his distinctive teeth gave him a unique voice. Despite self-consciousness, he never had his overbeat repaired. The 2016 study found that his vestibular folds, not teeth, controlled his voice range. Since they don't make sound, these membranes over the vocal cords are called false vocal cords. Mercury used subharmonic vibration to make his famed snarl. Scientists couldn't determine if Mercury's voice could achieve 4 octaves. Therefore, music enthusiasts argued that part of his gift. For some celebrities, anonymity is nearly impossible, yet Freddie Mercury handled it well. Lady Diana Spencer, Princess of Wales, was one of the most tormented celebrities of her day, primarily due to media attention. Rolling Stone reported that Mercury befriended Diana in the mid-1980s and sympathized with her. He and some friends planned a paparazzi-free night out for her. They sneaked her into London's loudest homosexual bar, wearing an army jacket, aviator sunglasses, and a leather cap to hide dye and drag. The plot was excellent. Mercury and his pals captivated the bargoers, who ignored the princess, who spent the evening incognito. Diana was so impressed that she told Mercury and his pals she wanted to do it again. Mercury was one of the first celebrity AIDS sufferers, so people are startled to learn that he was engaged to a woman and that she stayed close to him after he started dating men. Bohemian Rhapsody skimmed over many things, but this was accurate. Mercury called Mary Austin his wife, even though they never married. "All my lovers ask me why they can't replace Mary, but it's impossible," he stated in 1985. "I couldn't love a man like Mary." Mercury was with Jim Hutton for 7 years until his death, but he left him a pittance compared to Mary Austin. She inherited most of his money, home, and recording royalties. Austin also mistreated Hutton following Mercury's death. She excluded him from the house immediately after the singer's death. Hutton utilized the £500,000 Mercury left him to build a property in Ireland, where he lived until his 2010 death. Sexuality is more complicated than straight or gay. In Mercury's time, people sometimes thought you had to be one or the other. AIDS was incorrectly connected with gay individuals when Mercury's diagnosis was announced. Mercury was then thought to have been gay. Mercury wasn't gay strictly. He still loved ex-fiancée Mary Austin years after their breakup. Biographies released after Mercury's death claim that his greatest loves were with women. It appears the singer was emotionally drawn to women but physically to men. It may have upset him near the end of his life. Even though he spent his last 7 years with Jim Hutton, he considered Mary Austin his soulmate and the natural heir to his money. Even though we're not together, I still talk about my longtime lover. Freddie Mercury knew he was dying but didn't lament. He preferred productivity to media attention. So he get his diagnosis. In 1999, bandmate Roger Taylor told Entertainment Weekly he didn't want sympathy or curiosity. He didn't want vultures over him. As May recounted the experience, Mercury dispelled those suspicions. "I'll finish next time after I return." There was no sequel. May sang the last verse of Mother Love Alone when Mercury never returned to the studio. Mercury's theatrical stage presence didn't carry over into his personal life or bandmates. Mercury is credited with being the most level-headed, especially during band disagreements, which were common. Mercury said the band argued about everything, even the air that we breathed. Despite everything, the band survived. According to Leslie N. Jones' biography of Mercury, the vocalist was often responsible for maintaining peace, something the bandmates agreed with. In 2007, Brian May said, "Roger and I were usually opposites. Everyone thinks Freddie was hard. Freddie was fantastic. Excellent diplomat. We argue a lot, we fight a lot, but in the end, what really is a key feature is that we must come up with some product." Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson made plans to record music together. Mercury was too wild and crazy for Jackson. The guy who owned a chimpanzee, tried to buy Marvel Comics, and wanted to build a big robot facsimile, thought Freddie Mercury was too weird to hang out with. Mercury, mentioned in Leslie N. Jones' biography, said the two musicians tried to record numerous songs together, but never had the time. They finished Victory, State of Shock, and There's More to Life Than This on their individual albums without each other. The two stars split after Jackson allegedly took offense to Mercury doing too much cocaine in his living room. "Unfortunately, I didn't finish it and missed out on the Thriller album. HIV damages the immune system, allowing secondary infections. That's why AIDS is so sneaky. This is a multi-disease condition with symptoms specific to the microbes a patient is exposed to, including viruses, bacteria, and fungi. Kaposi's sarcoma. Freddie Mercury's initial symptom is a disease produced by AIDS, which wouldn't affect a healthy person. Mercury developed horrific problems as his AIDS symptoms spread. One of Mercury's worst ailments was his foot. Guitarist Brian May told the Sunday Times magazine in 2017. May told the publication, "Tragically, little remained. After displaying it to us at dinner, he added, 'Oh, Brian, I'm sorry I upset you.'" The singer died of AIDS-related pneumonia, a common death for a rare individual. See our latest videos here. Also, more grunge videos on your favorites are coming. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to never miss one.